This is a work truck?
Used to be. It was one of the first trucks in the company, and it all started with this truck. This truck obviously wasn't nice its entire life, but now, you know, as we've gotten bigger with more trucks, this truck kind of got put off to the side, and then it got built up to, you know, be more of our like show truck, our front line of a show truck, you know. So
How many trucks you guys got now, Lee?
I believe 10. And then we've got some more coming. They're not built yet.
You know, I keep on hearing from people you guys have the baddest car haulers in all of Wisconsin for sure.
Yeah, we definitely got some pretty dope car haulers. We've got the Joker truck, which I drive, and then we have Purple Rain, which is the truck that was made famous by Cleetus McFarland hauling Cleetus and cars and stuff like that. Nick at Amcan Truck Parts and Total Appearance in Milwaukee, Wisconsin built this truck.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he definitely does top-notch work over there.
Me and Lee been bullshitting, and we were like, wait a minute, and Cam, we're like, aren't they here today?
Yeah, definitely.
So, the mystery man himself, Nick for Amcan, how are you doing, sir?
Not too bad, buddy. Not too bad at all.
You know, this beautiful truck.
Yeah.
Lee put some good words. He says you guys do some good work. So, what's going on with this truck here? Can we walk through?
Yeah. So this was a pretty fun build. Steve had brought it to us and said, "Hey, I just want to clean up my truck and, you know, have something nice to drive." So we started on it, and I think that's where he got his bug, his itch to, all right, let's build a show truck. Because as we kept going, it was like, well, you're going to need to do this. You got to switch this, and this is broke, or let's do that. And he had some parts that he had brought that he purchased before the build started, and when we started working, I was like, Steve, that's not the style, man. You can't do that. You don't want to, you know, he had a painted bumper he was going to toss on it. It's like, no, let's try to stay away from that. So we started out with a 20-inch bumper here from the guys up there at 12 gauge. They rolled the ends, put an American Eagle end on it. Got a chrome grill here from United Pacific with a Roadworks grill screen in it. This truck wasn't a numbered truck or anything like that, but we put a 379X grill hoop on it. That way there's no seams in it. Just try to clean it up a little bit more. Kind of get that low feel out of it. We put some Jones picket fenders on it. Give it that lower look. We wanted some lights in it and stuff like that, but we didn't want to make it too gaudy or anything like that. So we did our panels there with the penny lights in it. Tried to keep the feel of all the bigger but not over the top kind of thing. So we put the wider air cleaner straps on it to match the fuel tanks. The battery boxes are 12 gauge battery boxes that we painted up so we could put his logo on it. The mirror brackets there, those are actual car hauler type mirror brackets. Are a little bit wider. When Steve built this, he actually was pulling a car hauler trailer at the time that he had planned on working, and then like I said, I think he got the itch for having a show truck, and it was kind of I'm not going to work this thing, so he got rid of that trailer. He just pretty much takes it around to shows and enjoys it. We got it done. Get back to the frame here. That front diff cover there actually was built for a cattle pot for the back bumper. Customer ended up not showing up to have it installed, so we needed something, so we just cut it up and made it fit the back. He originally had some fenders from, I believe they were Talladega back fenders, and they just seemed to not fit the build of the truck, so we took those off and installed these badass custom fenders here. Everything's on 22.5 low pros, kind of gives it that lower feel. Fifth wheel was slid back for the purpose of pulling that car hauler trailer that he had at the time. And then that's a Iowa Customs rear taillight panel there. Steve wanted lights, like I was saying, but we wanted to try to keep it as less gaudy as possible. So like you see in the back of the bunk there, that eye panel was ordered with no lights in it, but once we got it on there, we laid it out so that the lights kind of lined up and stuff like that, give it a little bit more of a feel. Crazy story, the eye panel actually wasn't the one that was put on the truck, but it was the one that I had on the shelf because Steve hit something in the road, and whatever he hit, he did some damage. So that's all I had at the time, but it seems to fit. You know, like I said, it doesn't have too many lights on it. Kind of gives it the less is more feel. It goes real well with the two colors. You know, you got the white, which is a real, it's not in your face, but then the orange kind of makes the truck stand out and say, hey, come over here and look at me, kind of thing, you know.
That's great, brother.
Yep, and then, like, if you notice on the back of the air cleaners there, those panels are just stainless, no lights in them, nothing. Just try to keep it that less is more look for them. Painted details just to make everything kind of pull together. I got the truck done upon of 2018, I think it was, and then he said, I want to do it for Louisville. I was like, oh, well, you got to paint the motor. The interior needs to be done. That interior is actually from Day Cab Conversions.
Just open it up.
Yep.
I told him I want to basically pull the colors together. You know, let's get some orange and whites in there, but I mean, white to me is not a all leather interior color, just, you know, with dirty and stuff like that. So with the outside, kind of like an inside outside thing, you know, the outside being all white with a little bit of orange. So let's pull it inside and flip it around, and that way when you open the doors, it's like, oh, hey, look at that. So then we pulled the colors, the darker orange to go along with his logo down there, just because it's kind of had that 3D look. That's why it's got the two different orange colors on the inside of the cab here. Those floor mats there, Carl from Rockwood provided us those. They're billet. We painted them up to kind of, like I said, pull the colors back in together. My favorite part about the whole build is the all white dash. It just kind of, it doesn't have that, again, gaudiness. You know, it just, when you're sitting in the truck, it's like, oh, this is just a clean, you know, clean build as far as dash and interior wise and whatnot. And then Steve being Steve, he said, now I want a stereo. So we tossed some JL in there. For me, my music is, you know, that's the hardest thing when somebody says they want a stereo. My music is, I just want to listen to it loud, but I want it to be clean and crisp, and I don't want to be overpowered. So like I said to him, you know, just one W7 will be enough, and we'll get some Marine speakers in there, be loud enough so when you are at a show, you turn it up and people can hear it, and it's not overly distorted or anything like that. Just kind of clean. He said that he wanted a couch in the back, and he just kind of wanted it so when he was at a show, it looked like he could just sit in there and entertain. And I was like, well, it's a 48-inch sleeper. What are you going to entertain, you know? So we needed a sub box, and it was like, okay, let's just do a little bench seat over here. We put some cup holders up on the top. The cup holders actually light up, so it kind of lights up that wall, which is pretty cool. Got a little outlet right here on this speaker box on the back wall there, so if he did need to plug something in, there's a little outlet for his speaker box. He's just real adamant on making sure the details were there, and, you know, everything kind of flowed. So like the polished door jambs goes along with a little bit of stainless and chrome on the outside. Same with the chrome thresholds, the stainless seat bases, the pedals. Nothing over the top, but, you know, making sure it stayed uniform. That's a big one for me. Like, you always see guys doing things, and everybody, you know, there's a style for everybody. If everybody liked the same thing, it would be boring. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, definitely.
for me, I've always was when I grew up in this stuff, my dad always said, you know, when it comes to lights, it should be on the front, keep it odd numbers so it matches the, you know, lights on the roof cap and stuff like that. So I try to always think about that, you know, whether it is lights or not, but think about that when you're putting other things together, just to make sure things flow. To me, this one flows pretty well.
Yeah, looks great, brother. And then he wanted it ready for Louisville, so I guess we had to paint that motor, huh? Let's take a look.
One, two, three, four.
You're a beautiful model today, Lee. I tell you,
But
brother.
I'll be a model, just not beautiful.
Yeah, so he's got a ISX Cummins in here. It wasn't anything, you know, crazy over the top or nothing. This is pretty standard for us when a guy says he wants a painted motor. Just strip everything down. We go around, take some, we call it 3812, but it's just a paint cleaner up, wipe everything down, sand what you can. You always hear people say, well, I blasted my motor. This was in the frame, so this one didn't get blasted. This one just, you know, really cleaned it up and make sure that we got the surface to where paint can stick. There's actually, it's kind of funny to see this because there's a box sitting in my office right now that says Steve Sontag's engine covers, and I'm seeing this and it's like, oh, he doesn't have his engine covers on it. So you see all that wiring there. There is covers to hide that, but I guess I never realized it's not on it. So I'm sorry, Steve. My bad.
Hey, that's why we do the video. That's good, brother.
Yeah, it's got a Gen 3 12 gauge air ride on it. 12 gauge lift bumper, or actually this one's got a flip bumper on it.
flip bumper.
Yeah.
That's great, brother. No, overall, I really appreciate you.
Yeah, no, it's. I appreciate you. I'm pretty excited to tell my kids, hey, you can hear your dad's voice on YouTube today.
Yeah. And I'm gonna let you guys know, Nick is one of the most approachable guys. He's very easygoing, super humble. Lee's the same way. All of us were here for the same reason. Just, we have pride in what we do and we love trucking.
Yeah, and it's cool to see what you do to make sure everybody that doesn't know what's out there, as far as these guys that enjoy putting these trucks together and having a show truck. Even the guys that don't have show trucks, like, it's pretty cool to see you doing like the truck stop interviews and stuff. I think that helps people understand humbleness in the industry. It's out there. There's a lot of good in this industry. They get a bad rap, but it's not all bad.
No, I love it. So at the end of the day, Nick, before we let you go, if people want something dope like this, or maybe just some advice, where can they go?
Definitely give us a call. You can find us online, amcantruckparts.com. Either by myself or Julia will answer the office phone. But definitely, if you need anything custom, that's kind of our niche. Everybody can carry all the cookie cutter stuff, but we're going to go above and beyond and make sure if there's something that you're looking for, if we don't have it, we're going to find it for you. Or there's little things, been in the industry long enough to know the little secrets to finding things, or what will work, what won't.